Cips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave! I've broken the conditioning! It doesn't work on me! I'm primitive, I'm real, I know the enemy, and if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist! Break the conditioning now! Excuse me.
This is not the InfoWars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Cips clips.
Alrighty, BoobTubes. A mic check. Another one of Cips Clips, and welcome to See Through the Fear Porn Friday with the intro to Not the InfoWars Nightly News, with the premise and hope that I'll get a hold of Charlie Veitch. So to cut a long story short, I think I emailed him and messaged him on the YouTubes today, got back to me on the Skypes for a minute or two. I said, let's do it, man. Let's get the Peugeot sticks out. It'd be good to have a wee chat. So, I'd already organised to do a wee See Through the Fear Porn Friday, so I was hoping to fit him in tonight. I said, are you free at 9 o'clock? He says, I don't think so, but I'm always open to spontaneous offers. So, send him one last wee message. Do a wee talk. And see if he gets back to us. If not, I'm going to phone him on the Skypes. Live. I won't broadcast it or anything, but I will phone him and see if he answers, because he does like spontaneous offers. Maybe sitting getting drunk and I might catch him half pissed. That'll be good. But in the evening to everybody in the chit chat, I will show you this. This was my setup for Charlie. Oh, hold on. Bastard. It's not him. Anywho, what was I going to show you?
It's around 7:15 in the evening, and a middle-aged man who's trying to get home is waved away by police officers.
So that's just some of the details about the Ian Tomlinson thing, because for me that's the thing, and that was back in 2009, the Ian Tomlinson affair, and forgive me, I'm not the biggest fanboy of the Love Police, Charlie Veitch, so on and so forth. So there's a lot of blanks I've got, especially with the timeline and whatnot. So 2009, were the Love Police about by then? Was he working for the City of London at the time, or was he there with his microphone? What version is correct? What one was he lying, and what one was he telling the truth? What day was the interview? Was it the day of his death or the day after? Because he talks about turning up at 6:30 the day before and the police were perfectly fine and stuff. And then on the Corbett report talking about how the police killed him. We all seen it. They killed him. So, I've got a whole list and I've got a wee set up there so he can hear it as well. So, I can play his words back to him. And I will go over that wee bit so everybody who's not familiar with it can actually see it. What I did want to show you is if I can diddly do it. Easier said than done. I never even knew this existed, but I'm going to go through all the comments as well from the cult of Charlie Veitch and just show you what a cult of personality it is. You know, like people just like they're not addressing anything you're saying. It's just all what's the typical conspiracy way of putting it? Ad hominem attacks. So Charlie Veitch put it on his community page the day, and I've got lots of love from it, which is quite funny. But Jesus, the amount of views as well, man, it's unbelievable. Granted, all of them hate me, but they are. There is a lot of views there. Now, can I go into that from there? I don't believe I can. I don't believe I can, man. But as you can see, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when. And I'm going to give him a call in a wee 5 minutes. So, can kill that just now. And we can maybe show that later on in a wee bit. After reading the comments and whatnot. So 2000, I'm just reading the comments there. Somebody's saying that in 2009, that's when the Ian Tomlinson thing happened. Now, I'll be honest, right? There's no way of knowing any of this for 100% fact. I mean, see, I did actually make some notes for a change, right? And the first thing I've got up there is Damien Rockefeller, right? Because like there was people contacting me going like that, he's a Rockefeller, his real name's Damien Rockefeller. I watched like maybe 2 minutes of one of the videos, and that's all I needed to see to know that the guy was taking the piss. I mean, I'm no joking, you need to be like autistic and unable to fucking actually read people to the nth degree to not be able to know that they were like fucking meant to be funny comedy sketches and pretending to be deep state Illuminati. But I was going to start there as a wee kind of good comedy starting block and grill him on being Damien Rockefeller, because we all know that's who he really is. Then I was going to ask him about where he grew up, what area. Was it Aberdeenshire, I think? How did he get in the military? And is it true that he ended up in Sandhurst? Now, I'm also going to say as well that I just want some genuine bona fide answers and no bullshit or no games, because he's obviously capable of fucking trying to twist people's melons, man, with calling himself Damien Rockefeller and all that. Which is fair dues, but... And he's playing the game, winding folk up. But for me, there's just some things that points of interest that I would want something resembling a genuine, truthful answer. Where he grew up, how he got in the military, how his military career progressed, where did it progress to, and how did it take a U-turn. Was he selling advertising for magazines? Is that bit of info somebody sent me true or not? Was he working in the City of London? And the Ian Tomlinson interview, he certainly looks dressed for the part. I don't know about you, but when I'm going to a G20 anti-globalist protest as a protester with my megaphone, I always wear my fucking £1,000 suit. I don't know about you, so I always do it. Just make a point, putting on my best suit to go and get it fucked up in riots. I always do that. I don't know, call me crazy. So his army career, how did it start, where did it go, where did it end? Did he end up working in the City of London? then the Ian Tomlinson thing, 2009. I was looking at some stuff. Let me just bring this up, actually. I think I've got it here. I was just trying to stick a date on the Love Police and whatnot, right? And I found this wee 15-minute short that was a Charlie Veitch thing, 2011, right? Obviously about the Love Police when they were out hugging people, free kisses and all that jazz. Now, during one of my rants on one of the videos, I made the point that I found what him and Danny Shine were doing very disingenuous. It was like performance art, and I think I used street performance stuff like that. And then I'm reading this shit, political street performance art documentary. Boom! Nailed it, man. It was like a street performance, man. It was scripted with people that were fucking trained in using, like, as I said, I thought it was like, whose line was it anyway? They were improvising, they were taking the piss out of people, deliberately provoking people. I would love to see his retort to that. Do you deliberately provoke people? And if you don't, why in many occasions on your videos are the people that you're filming are walking away, if not running away, if not fucking walking fastly away from you? They may be calling you a prick and a poverty tourist. That's because you're sticking a camera on their fucking face 24/7 to make some fucking coin. So I can see where they're coming from. They're walking away, they just want to call you a poverty tourist. And you are running after them, provoking the situation, almost like you're wanting a reaction, and almost like it's street art. It's almost if you're deliberately provoking folk, right? Deliberately provoking people. It isn't even roaming the streets documenting what's going on, creating situations, almost like street performance art. Have you been any... this is the questions I've got. Have you been to any theatre workshops? Did you and Danny Shine go out? What was your purpose? What was the idea behind the Love Police? Why did you fall out? How did you fall out? And why do you take it upon yourself to give grown men into trouble for cycling on the pavement? If not to provoke shit why do you like to film turds in the street? Is it some sort of a social experiment to see how many idiots you can get to watch a video of a turd on the street? How do you know what a junky, constipated turd looks like? That's another question I've got for him. And then just the whole barrage of shit going through that Ian Tomlinson thing, which I do not know how you can spin it. The only way you can spin it is I was taking the piss, I was making it up. Right? And I'm always one to go for the logical explanation around the deep state Illuminati. But there's no denying whether deliberately or not, he was helping the police get away with murder. Sorry, manslaughter. Unlawful killing. And the cop get off of manslaughter through technicalities that the cops created themselves. Because they know how the law works. Go and look into it, man. This is how cops wriggle out everything. To be honest, I don't think he was guilty of manslaughter. His actions resulted in the death of a man, whether he meant to kill him or not. Manslaughter. Obviously didn't. I say obviously. You can watch the video. To me, he obviously didn't mean to kill him. And then it batters into the cops. He was just following orders. One thing I'll need to check out as well is the kettling and all that. Did that start about that time? Right, so I'm going to give him a quick cut. No, in fact, right, before I call him, because I believe it's a nice day down in sweaty England. I believe it is a nice day, meant to be a nice day down there. So, I'll watch a wee bit of the Ian Tomlinson thing. And then... I notice here some... Oh, there we go. And then when I do chat to him, whether tonight or another night, I'll show you the points that are blatantly clear to me. But anyway, so...
It's around 7:15 in the evening, and a middle-aged man who's trying to get home is waved away by police officers. Within an hour of this CCTV recording, Ian Tomlinson would be dead. This morning, an inquest jury has been told how the 47-year-old newspaper seller had inadvertently been caught up in the protests against the G20 summit, repeatedly finding his way blocked by police cordons.
So the inquest found that he was working for a newspaper thing. He tried multiple times to get home. Every time he tried to get home, he met a cordon and the police wouldn't let him by, so he kept trying other ones. This is important because later on, Charlie says that Ian Tomlinson was there to protest the globalist machine and to point out how the police create riots. Craziness. I mean, he tells two versions and neither one of them not only ring true, but the visual evidence and the inquest evidence aren't true. Aren't true. Anyway, and this is the stuff I should, if my technical shit worked out. Right, so there's Ian Tomlinson. It's a bit blurry, but there's no denying that's him. Long trousers on, not shorts, right? And not skinny jeans. You can't, and not see-through trousers. You can't see any of his skin. And he's dressed like a skater boy, isn't he? He's got a top and then a t-shirt on over the top of it. I don't know, the t-shirt's probably saying something that I'm cool. I'm with stupid. Who knows, right? Hands in pockets. Walking away. Probably pissed off he can't get fucking home after a long shift of selling newspapers. Probably predominantly porn, but selling shit nevertheless. Then this is what was deemed to be unlawful killing, but the guy found not guilty for a manslaughter.
Mr. Tomlinson is shoved to the ground by a police officer.
He had his hands in his pockets, right? Anybody that's fucking fell in your cunt with your hands in your pockets, you only do it once, or you try and no do it again. Because it's very, 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 very sore. And you can fall flat on your face. Well, at least chest first, or like, you know, you need to, you do try and duck and roll.
At first, he appears unhurt and walks away. But shortly afterwards, he's on the floor having collapsed. A medical student, Lucy Apps, goes to his aid.
Alright, this is a bit I wanted to show you, right? Right, he's on the floor.
A medical student, Lucy Apps,
just collapsed.
goes to his aid.
Now, this is again is important, and hopefully, like, you will be able to see this in the resolution and all that jazz. Right, they zoom in on his face. Now, you can clearly see there. Can you see his eyes are closed? Right, it's just a no. I don't know. To me, his eyes look 110% closed to me. And they don't look like they're flicking like lizards. Ike.
Footage from a police helicopter then shows the scene as officers and paramedics try to revive him. Finally, officers can be seen carrying Mr. Tomlinson's body from the scene. His family watched as these pictures were played in court.
Right, and is this the point the police's arseholes are going like that? twitching like a motherfucker. Beep, boop, boop, boop. Hello, Charlie. Oh no, in fact, hello, Damien Rockefeller. Yeah, we need you to go and fucking speak to the BBC. We'll sort that interview out, don't worry. We've got our means, and we'll get you on the BBC prime time. Remember, the internet's not shit. It's 2009. Not everybody's got a handheld thing glued to their fucking eyeballs. So the BBC still packs a punch. We'll get you on the BBC, biggest hitter in town, and then we want you to run interference for us. We want you to tell the people of the UK what a scumbag this guy that we just murdered is, and how great the cops are. Can you do that? Aye, chicken-boo, man, eh? I was just hunting some haggis down the Highlands, man. Now I'm coming down to the city of London, man. Hey, I'll do that for you, Mr. Mate Policeman, no problem. I didn't ken Barbie either, alright, man? Oh, I know, I'm racist. Fucking Scottish bastards. Fucking chooter cunts. Anyway, so let's get on with the shit show.
His widow was in
Then we'll phone
tears,
him.
and one of his sons had to leave the courtroom.
Now let's hear Mr. Veitch describe it.
Gordon, but I am joined by somebody who was there. So can you tell me what?
Yeah, just randomly, right? So he had the mic. I don't know about you, as I said, I always go in a shirt and tie and suit to a protest with my microphone. Always do it. Always want to look my best. You never know when the BBC's going to call you up and ask you for a report.
You saw?
Yeah, I think in any confrontation, truth is the first casualty.
That's a good wee edit.
I just want to clarify the reports I saw from this morning. He was not in his mid-30s. He was a gentleman who seemed to be over 50. He was riddled.
What his age has got to do with it, who the fuck knows? I think he was actually 47 at the time, which means neither report was accurate. But what that's got to do with the price of cheese, I do not know. Remember, this is when he's dead. He's dead. He's in a box.
With tattoos, and from the smell of them,
Riddled with tattoos. How that guy seen through that fucking guy's clothing, I don't know. To see when he was lying down on the ground dead, away from all the cameras and all that, all the footage that we've got, Charlie Veitch must have ran up to him, went like that, checked all his fucking arms and his legs and stuff, and seen he was riddled with tattoos. Right. And this is why I cannot wait to talk to him. Right, so he's either lying. Well, I don't know, man. Maybe there is a logical explanation, and I would love to hear it, because it'll blow my fucking mind. So he's riddled with tattoos. What that's got to do with him getting murdered, I do not know. Maybe back in 2009. I'll need to check my rule book. If you were riddled with tattoos, you deserve to get murdered. But now, me going through numerous call centres in my time, getting shed loads of corporate training, sales training and stuff, you learn what to do. See, when you're trying to sell something to somebody, right? And this is what I'm saying Charlie Veitch is clearly to me doing. You paint a picture. You don't phone some kind of, do you want a timeshare? No, bye. You phone some kind of, do you love the Portuguese? Do you like Portugal? Look at the fucking sun. Do you like sipping your margarita out in the sun with all the honeys in their bikinis? Oh, can you imagine sitting there in your own property? Months of the year. You know, you paint a picture in the person's head until they're sitting there with a big fucking hard on, ready to part with their cash and buy some timeshare. They'll probably never get it. But you're going out and part with their dough. Right, sales techniques. You walk them down the garden path, building a picture, you put them there in the scenario. Now, this guy's trying to sell you, in my opinion, that guy Ian Tomlinson was a scumfuck that deserved to get killed. He was drunk and he was full of drugs, and God only knows why he died. Because the cops were fucking wonderful. Right, it actually sounds like he's just fresh from his meeting with whoever's told him to go and say this shit. Right, so he's riddled with tattoos.
he'd been drinking all day and his eyes
been drinking all day. It actually turned out he'd been at work all day. Maybe he had an alcohol problem, maybe he was drinking during the day, but with sure the pictures you can clearly see that he was capable of walking in a fucking straight line. And he certainly wasn't just falling over on his face, he was pushed and batoned down.
Were very wide, as if he was under the influence of drugs.
What about the action?
So he's riddled with tattoos, he stinks of booze, as if he's been drinking all day. Not only that, the possessed the resistance. His eyes. Oh, his eyes. His eyes. It's all in the eyes. You could tell he was also almost probably maybe up to Marmite. Fucking probably Carlsberg. Definitely maybe on drugs. Right, again, painting the fucking picture in your fucking head. If you listen to this guy, and remember this was before the plethora of fucking 90 million people fucking videoing every fart, every fucking everything in the crowd, they knew it was going to be on camera. This was back when the BBC packed a punch, and boom shakalaka, that's what it's doing. And who's doing it? So he talks about going into the realms of speculation and all that jazz, and the BBC reporter actually has to stop him because he realises this ain't journalism, this isn't reporting, this is Jeremy Kyle dragging some cunt out and character assassinating somebody. Now, Charlie Veitch was there on work or protesting.
About the condition of the gentleman, but what is at issue here is the way the police handled it.
I think I came along at 6:30 last night, and the police seemed to be acting very professionally. There was no overkill, no beatings, and the only reason this gentleman collapsed is because the police ran forward maybe 20 metres at a time, and then he ran off as well, and I saw him collapse and smash his head, and then he was lying there with his eyes wide open. And
we watched the video. The police weren't, at that time, they weren't moving forward at 20 metres at a time. This guy was trying to go through. I'd imagine maybe going like, here, listen mate, I want to try and get home, can I get through? And the cops go, no, fuck off, turn around. And he's turned around, went, you fuckers. And then, baton, push. That's why he fell down. He fell straight on his face. He obviously collapsed the second time. Did he fall on his face then? But he wasn't collapsing, he didn't, he collapsed around people, and there was nobody, he was collapsing as a result of the first collapse, let's say, when he fell on his face. Oh, come on.
Then a guy in the audience had a megaphone and shouted, "Police, we need a medic." And within seconds, the police had a team of 8 people ran forward. And yeah, there was a couple of people throwing bottles and bricks.
So there was a person in the crowd with a megaphone that called for a medic. Later on, that turns out to be him. But he's at work, but he's not at work, he's at the protest. Somebody else had the megaphone, but then he had it. And when you hear somebody, when you see Ian Tomlinson on the ground and somebody on the megaphone, it clearly sounds like Charlie Veitch, or somebody with a Scottish accent at least. So, this will be the second, this will be his second account of what happened on Corbett Report. Listen. Is that Charlie Veitch on the megaphone? I'm guessing so. Right, I'll play it again. Who let the dogs out? Was that shit coming through in double, by the way? I just realised that. Can sort that out.
I unfortunately did not have my camera with me, but I had my megaphone.
To clarify, were you taking part in the protest?
I'm a city worker, I was there out of interest, of curiosity. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
He's a city worker, he was out there out of curiosity. Or was he there with his megaphone, singing "Who Let the Dogs Out" as Ian Tomlinson was on the ground?
I hesitate almost to bring it up, but I understand that last April at the G20 in London, you saw a pretty horrific event Do you want to talk about that?
Of course, yeah, no, quite happily. I was a
he's
witness to
removed
the IPCC, which stands for the Independent Police.
He's removed it, Richie. I'm just having a wee read at the chat there. You sure, buddy? Oh, hi. Oh, dear. Well, listen to the end of this, and then I'll give him a wee call.
Complaints Commission.
See if he answers.
There was a middle-aged man, his name is Ian Tomlinson, who the whole world saw the police kill him. They killed him. I had the chance to speak to him twice in the minutes.
See, he's absolutely changed his complete demeanour. First one was pro-police, police done nothing wrong, and that guy was a scumbag. The second one is like, they killed him! Think of the women and children! They killed him! Maybe it's the Ian Tomlinson stuff that... But I don't know. Maybe he's going to answer. Maybe he's watching and he's going to answer when I phone him. And that's why you removed it. But it definitely was there earlier.
Before he was killed. I unfortunately did not have my camera with me, but I had my megaphone. And Ian Tomlinson was there, just like the rest of us, to express his...
Ian Tomlinson was there just like the rest of us.
...disgust at the machine-like globalization we're all being subjected to, and also...
Now, to me, and I made a video about Donald Trump's populist rhetoric. What's wrong with this? Populism is popular! Right? And this is another example of somebody, in my opinion, willing to say whatever to anybody, whatever it takes to wind somebody up, to God knows his ultimate goal. Typically, it's all about the Reddies. Certainly doesn't seem political, although he's a political street performance artist. According to IMDb. But it's just mega confusing. It's just mega confusing, and he must have some sort of a logical explanation for it if he's willing to chat to me, and I would love to hear it.
He was there to express his disgust at how the police actually create riots.
So Ian Tomlinson wasn't there trying to get home to work. For work, he was there to protest police causing riots and the globalist machine. Do you know what? It sounds like Alex Jones, doesn't it? Sounds like rhetoric for Alex Jones, and that's that Corbett report. You know, oh, I'm a stupid little geek, I wouldn't lie to you. Pulling the wool over people's eyes, just another person made from another demographic. Okie dokie, let's give him a wee bell, see if he answers. Oh, shit. Shit. My technical expertise might not be up to... Oh shit, he answered as well. Oh no, he's there. Shit, I need to sort my speakers out. Oh no. Right, I'm going to have to go back to the old school. I wouldn't be able to play any of that to him, unfortunately. But hopefully I will be able to get a hold of him. Let me see if I can actually hear this now. There we go. Because I seen him just go green. Oh, he must be busy, man. Must be busy, man. No worries. Well, right, let me just check. Yep, you can still hear me. He did go for yellow to green, but it's Friday night, you know what I mean? It's well out of order having something better to do than talk to people on the Skypes. But it will happen at some point, so remember, sub up and bail up. And I've got tons of stuff to go into, and I can just change this back to what I had planned originally, which is going to Tommy Robinson and Del Boy Robinson. Robinson Independent. He's hitting some hard times with the deep state Illuminati coming after him and whatnot. So it was Robinson's Independent. Right. Now that's enough of the Charlie Veitch stuff. Oh, that's a pity, but I've got a few clips of Charlie Veitch that I'll be going into anyway when I go into all this bull crap. But there you have it. It's internet fact. Charlie Veitch is a street performance artist. He's not a real boy. He's not a real boy, folks. It's performance art. And it's a IMDb fact. Who can deny that? I mean, all you do is need to show somebody a fucking webpage, and this is a big webpage. And it's a fact. Him and Danny Shine. It's an activist group. So, it was an activist group. Like every day's a school day, so I'm still learning. what was... Can please somebody write in a postcard what they were actively trying to do? Apart from wind people up. I mean, it was definitely street performance art, but it's standing in the street going, "You're all slaves!" Shit like that. It's not thought-provoking. It's just provoking. I mean, see, after the fact that the novelty of these people making fools of themselves in public wore off, what did anybody get from those videos other than going, "Oh wow, look at the balls these people have got"? And you know what was weird? Does it say it here? Luke Rudowski? What is involved in it somehow, some way? Which... David White. Aye, Tommy's a self-confessed Zionist. Goes with his territory. It's more his clandestine BMP membership and activity that I'm interested in. That argues happening that other people don't think is happening. But hey ho, who knows who's real? Who knows who's right? So there was a 2013 as well about Charlie Veitch, which I didn't know. Director Harold Baer. Now, remember, this was meant to be a documentary with a cast. Usually documentaries feature people. But this one had a cast. And a member of that, and I don't know, some of these names might be more familiar to you than me. The one that stuck out for me, Charlie Veitch, Danny Shine. Most folk in the UK in the truthosphere know who those dudes are. And Luke Rudowski. What the fuck he was doing in it, I do not know. Maybe did he do Love Police or some shit? And that's what these people are. Street performance art. They're saying provocative things to get reactions, which street performance artists do all the time. And they've turned it into a money-making scheme for themselves. And their sincerity as regards to the causes that they're covering is bullshit. They'll go anywhere and cover any cause and pretend to be on one side or the other for the coin. Which Charlie Veitch may have just shown. BBC, pro-police, Corbett, oh, the poor Ian Tomlinson. Oh, hold on. Fresh in.
What is this, L. Ron Hubbard Dianetics? Anything to do with Scientology?
No, but I understand that it comes from it.
So nothing at all, no affiliation to the Church of Scientology?
Separate subject, actually.
Alright, I'd just like to say, I think what you're doing here is quite an evil thing, and the Church of Scientology pays no taxes and takes money from people who are innocent. No, I will not take that. I think this is a cult, and you should not...
Well, if you think that's a cult, Charlie, wait till we read some of the comments that your post that's now removed sent my way. And it's people disjointed from reality, just ad hominem attacks, not addressing any of the points you made about Ian Tomlinson, primarily, by the way, focusing on my sunglasses and how much they cost. It never fails to crack me the fuck up. Back in the good old days when you flung something out in the ether in YouTube land and you would get new people watching it, that was just, that's why I kept the glasses on, man. It was just funny. You'd be telling people the deep state Illuminati was going to kill them, be like, ah, but you've got sunglasses on inside there. It's funny as fuck, man.
You're taking advantage of very, very vulnerable people, and you should all actually be ashamed.
Taking advantage of very, 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 very vulnerable people. I feel a Hulk Hogan thing coming on here, Charlie. I mean, one of the commenters, I can't mind what we were saying. I was primarily winding them up, to be quite honest. And one of them said, is that not the pot calling the kettle? And I don't know whether it's because they couldn't bring themselves to say the word black, but they stopped. And then I just wrote the word black, you racist. Oh, so that's entertainment. Tommy's on the take, man. He had his chance with the councillor thing, now he's fucked it. He's more a liability than an asset. His popularity's waned. He's milked people for as much money as he can milk them for. And his groupies are falling to the wayside, in my humble opinion. Alright, Hulk Hogan, man. Just Charlie talking about cults. Right, we'll go into the comments then.
So, you film me, I'll film you. Let's see who gets to YouTube first. The thing is, I'm not part of a cult, so we'll get my lawyers.
I beg to differ, Charlie. It's just your cult's a little bit smaller. It exists on YouTube. But again, people blindly following you, watching videos of you, filming shits in the street, how you know what a junkie's constipated jobby looks like. Again, got it in my bit of paper for when we chat. I really want to know how. What junkies and what scenario have you been hanging about with to know that that's a junkie shite and that's because he's constipated? I don't know. I thought I'd seen a lot of shit in my life, right? I've been through homeless units and all that, hung around with hundreds of junkies, but I've never seen their shite. Woo! Hey! And you know what? It's not on my bucket list. It's seriously not on my bucket list. Ride a bucking bronco. Ooh, yeah! Aye, done. Boom! See a junkie who I know's constipated and then look at his shit after he's done it, so I now then have the knowledge to go around streets in the future and comment on shites. Dog. It's just... You can maybe make it into a game show, Charlie. Human or animal. Just walk about the fucking streets looking at turds. And then you get your cult followers, I mean your viewers, your subscribers, to vote on whether they think it's human or animal. And then you can use your vast knowledge of fucking junkie turds, junkie and human turds, to judge. And of course, your subscribers will abide by your ruling because it is King Charlie. But that's just my idea for a game show.
Speak to your lawyers, yeah? Anyway, you should be ashamed of yourselves and,
Yes, children. Yes, children, be ashamed of yourself. Right, okay, so how am I going to do this? What's the best way of doing this? Where is the comments? Where is the comments? That is the question. I have not found the comments. So, I don't know, man. Why did he take away the bloody... Oh, no. What's this? Comments coming. Oh, is this Robert Green shit? Oh, Holly Gregg. Charlie Veitch.
Other side of Scotland. Indeed. Let's talk about Holly Gregg. It's very important you maintain the illusion of democracy by voting for the middle management.
Maybe he does turn up at fucking protests in his best suit then. maybe my absolute satire was spot on. I don't know, just standing in a suit saying that he worked for the City of London, it was very convincing. But again, these are the things that we shall hopefully, oh shit, don't touch that, get cleared up. Right, let's have a look at some of the comments, shall we? So you can see that mention is away. Let's see if any naughty words have been said. Nope, all good. So, I don't know how this works. Here we go. So, agent provocateur poverty tourist. Oh shit, I need to read this on a screen that's smaller. Oh god, this is going to be good fun. And I don't know, see anybody that puts up videos and all that. YouTube is doing something crazy with the comments right now. I'm getting comments that are going into the bit that I need to approve them. I'm approving them and they're disappearing. Completely disappearing. They're not anyway, I'm just moaning. So you must try harder. Leave Charlie alone, you violent Glaswegian. Shocking! I'm gonna come down there. Stay off the YouTubes, Mr. Robert Best. I think you're too old and gentlemanlike. Stick to Charlie Veitch and his third watch. Are you good at identifying junky shit? You will be after watching Charlie Veitch. This guy is funny. That clown funny? But spot on. You know what would happen? Just happy with the you're funny. Hey, I'm funny, brilliant. Not, but spot on. Like, this guy's like funny. Woohoo! But spot on. But anyway, I'm going to take the goodness, not the badness. Dude's got 2 haircuts. Oh aye, it's my haircut and my glasses that get it the most. And not one person mentions Ian Tomlinson. Not one of them goes, aye, but here, but no, but aye, but no, but here, but. That was. Oh, that was somebody saying that he was listed in Sandhurst and whatnot. Take your meds, dude, and chill out. Mate, it's YouTube performance art, alright? Do I need a megaphone and to wear a $1,000 suit to get away with it? Film shits in the street? Use my vast knowledge of junkie shit? My vast knowledge of what turds come from where and what condition? You're the type of guy who hangs around in Piccadilly gardens chasing pigeons. Catch the pigeon, catch the pigeon. What's that? Dick Dastardly or something? I did watch a lot of that when I was younger, and I can never catch pigeons, man. But when I was younger, I did like to chase them around George Square. Just saying, man, you might be right there, Scott. Who did I say? Oh, you should have done this vid in a white string vest. I think the guy's referring to Rabsy Nisbet, and I just told him that my white string vest is in the wash at the moment. It would be dry for the night, but Charlie didn't turn up. And I've got the missus blown on it right now. So at least that was a wee bit of friendly banter. I think I'm jealous. Yep, I've always wanted to know what a constipated junkie shit looks like. Always, since I was a little boy. But Daddy, so when I grow up, how will I know what a constipated junkie shit will look like on the street? I just don't. Can you teach me, Daddy? And my dad's like, no, I don't look at junkie shit either. My dad was ahead of the game, man. He wasn't interested in learning the forums of junkie shites and the condition of the junkie prior to the shite. It wasn't in his curriculum. I'd pay to see you go and fight Charlie. Well, I was just down in Manchester looking for him, man. Well, no, Manchester, Blackburn, Darwin and Oldham, but couldn't find him anywhere. Go to Manchester and wait for him at his usual haunts. It'll get more views than a mad rant about his undeserved popularity. Yeah, I know, but where's the that's not cathartic. There's no for me. You know, like there's not at least one person high-fiving me and going, you're right about that prick at the end of it. And it's very cathartic. And that just tells you what YouTube's all about, man. Like, the vast majority of the people who are here just want to see people tear strips off each other, call each other pedos, and have some sort of a beef and war and debate. I mean, like, I'll be honest. I do not feel I don't need to debate anybody, anything. Everybody's welcome to their own fucking opinion, retarded or not. Voice it, get it out there, tell cunts what you think. I'm going to do that, and don't force your shit on me, and I won't force your shit on. I won't force my shit on you. I have a opinion one way or the other. I get it out in my own living, in my own bed sit actually. Sorry. My mum's basement bed sit, as I've been reliably informed. We have a basement with a big massive skylight. He walks around Manchester, sticking camera in people's faces, very true. An hour and a half of you seething over Charlie. Thanks for watching. Scottish noob. Oh dear, don't say too many bad words. You got some serious anger issues, man. No, man, like, as soon as I let it out on cam, I'm all calm. Because it's out on cam. And when I was last time in the pub, I took a picture of the picture. And after I let it out on cam, I'm calm. And I was calm when I was in the boozer with my picture, and I took a picture of my picture. You get me? See? As calm as a screwball. Mighty Vape. You're right. What is it got to do with you? You're acting now. And it's dead funny, man. It's like you can tell the people that have got OCD, they're compelled to keep messaging you. Even they can't tell you're taking the piss. And they're compelled to keep messaging you. And they'll tell you, I'm not watching this, I can't watch this, I can't watch this. And then they tell you everything that's in the fucking clip. What's it got to do with you? You're acting now? What's what got to do with who? What? Yep. Stupid people say what? What? Your comb over is fucking hilarious. Shit, man. Like, is it a Hitler haircut? Is it a comb over? Fuck knows, man. I was going for budget Viking, but I might have missed the mark. You can't breach the Veitch. You should put that on a t-shirt. Like, there's that no word again. Compelled to comment and get the last word in. Oh, it's on a t-shirt. Oh, we've put it on it already. But I want one. When he renewed his thoughts on 9/11, again, popularism, isn't it? He was saying what was required at the time to cause the most stink and get him the most popularity. God only knows what his genuine fucking beliefs are or are not. You're averaging 200 views a video. That's in a good one, mate. That's in a good one. I think you're hoping to get famous from Charlie. Not famous, just maybe like open some people's eyes to, at the very least, he's just a bullshit artist. You know what I mean? Or like, at the moment, without further explanation that makes any logical sense, maybe there is though. And I'm trying to ask the guy. And it should, hopefully it will still happen. That's the Illuminati numbers. I keep thousands of more than the numbers. Are you sure about? See, they don't know when I'm taking the piss, man. The Illuminati have been on to me for years. Sounds real jealous, doesn't he? I'm jealous of the Illuminati. Are you Illuminati? Okay, we believe you. Not Illuminati. See, these people must be children. Children or like simpletons. And again, like nothing about Ian Tomlinson. Nothing about the 9/11 stuff. Nothing about any of that. Nothing about him being a poverty tourist. Just adjust your meds. You've got cheap specs and a comb over, and you need meds and anger issues because you shout on a YouTube video. You do rant videos and you rant on them. Imagine fucking tuning in at the WWF and you see cunts fucking acting like they're in the WWF. It's mental. It's mental. Anyway. And being funny is subjective. I do find myself funny at some points. And if that's the only laughs I get, I'm happy with that. What are you going on about? Close the curtains and take the shades off you, Jobby. I'm blind. They don't know. See, these are prescription sunglasses for the blind. Insensitive motherfuckers. Hurting my feelings and shit. And again, like, do you notice not one word about Ian Tomlinson? Not one word. Not even like, maybe, well, Charlie was young and he was speaking shit. Well, Charlie's already explained this. Well, Charlie's already said. Charlie says! Oh, man. What the fuck was that? That was that crossing the road. Was it Charlie says don't go with strangers or some shit, wasn't it? Or was it crossing the road? I can't remember. Don't cross the road with strangers, Charlie says. I can't remember that. I was a wee bit too young, but I can't remember. Charlie says. At last, the truth is out. At last, yeah. Yep. Fucking Muppets. Ha 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 ha. Are you filming this in your mum's back bedroom? My ma's always had a thing about swords, monkey posters, lions, paintings, gaming chairs, and treadmills. What can I say? My ma's got weird taste. I keep telling her to decorate the fucking place, man, but she likes it with swords and shit on the footwall and lordships for me. And Masonic memorabilia. Do you know how many people wet their knickers about that shit? It's like the shades, man. It's like the crazy shit that people focus on, man. It's like I'm like Boris Johnson. My haircut's only there for a distraction. See while you're looking at my haircut, I'm picking your pockets, tickling your balls. Anywho, so this is the cult. This is the cult of Charles Veitch. Mindless, blindless followers. Just made up a word there, blindness. It is a word. Just blindly ad hominem attacking people. I have no problem with that shit, man. Batter away. But it says more about what's going on rather than me shouting. I mean, people. There's more talk about my sunglasses, my comb over, me doing this with my mom's basement. Hold on, back room. You give off a Fisher-Price Scottish Hitler vibe. See, Carl the Sturgeon, I go down well here with the SNP, man, what can I say? Going on with your stash. Stash? If I get a Hitler patch, did Hitler have, like... Right, okay, mate. Again, like fucking cult members. Helter-skelter style. And side parting. Mate, I think you'll find that's more a middle parting. It's what happens when you cut your own hair drunk. Those glasses are very sad. True. Fraudulent slip there. Too. Oh my lord. Well, I don't know if he shot out yet. He's removed the post saying that we're going to debate. I phoned him on the Skypes, he didn't answer, but earlier on he said he might be busy, so I'm assuming he's busy and I'll hopefully catch him another day. So I thought I would just go over a wee bit of stuff about him. Basically the stuff I would love to ask him. Predominantly the Ian Tomlinson stuff. I mean, the 9/11 stuff's subjective, right? I think. Right? And it's not that I'm shilling for the government, right? And believe what you want to believe. To me, it was just an example. It was another example of not just Charlie Veitch, but a lot of the talking heads out there on the new mainstream media of the internet. People don't realise that yet. And the talking heads are willing to use populist rhetoric. What's wrong with popularism? It's popular. I love it, man. Yeah, I love it when politicians stand up in front of me and tell me everything I want to hear too. I remember Tony Blair back in the day. I remember fucking watching him and thinking he was the best thing since sliced fucking bread. And you know what? He fucking lied. He was a Machiavellian motherfucker. And I think Charlie Veitch is the same. I think most, if not all, the big talking heads on the interwebs are the fucking same. Because I watch them over a period of time, and they're either hum and ha and never commit to fuck all, or they just like bounce around to the local most look what's trending in the conspiracy world and bounce on that bandwagon. Or just to sell some cunt's book or something. A lot of the time. But in the evening, everybody, man, I will get hold of Charlie at one point. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I've got him on the Skype, so I'll hit him up every now and again and hopefully get a wee chat on at some point. And if he's want to see what I will ask him, you can go and rewind this. And you will see what I see. But just remember, it's an internet fact that the Love Police were street performance art. And when have you known IMDb to get that wrong? It's almost like I read that before I said what I seen. Just say what you see. Catchphrase. The old ones are the best, man. Anyway, so hopefully me and Charlie will have a wee chat at one point. And you know, I even said to him today, it's not going to be nasty or anything. You know, I don't feel the need to debate him. I'll get some questions. He gives his answers. People can believe it or not. It's as simple as that. It's just that some of the questions I've got, I would love answers for. I've never came across him addressing them before. I'm not saying he hasn't. I've not got enough time. I've not got the will or the want. I've not got the want or the will to listen to all of the content that Charlie Veitch is on to see if he has or has not addressed the shit that I want to ask him. So, as you learn in history class first-hand, primary sources, the way to go. Alan, Rob, blazing in the evening. Yeah, all sorry about the no-show for Charlie. I will give him a wee call again towards the end. What time's that? Back at 10. Let's see what his Skype is saying. Last seen 35 minutes ago, that's when I phoned him. I mean, don't want to fucking harass the guy, you know what I mean? He's got a family and shit. I think. I'm sure. PGNet, OG, Sky, a watch in the evening, you guys. David White, thanks for joining. Paul Price, nice to see you in, man. Assange and Snowden, Jodie Rice, do you like the Jodie Rice? Jodie Reid, you like the Hulk Hogan shit? Richie was in earlier as well. Sane Man, so can you read? Paula Man, Punk on the Whiskey. In the evening, yeah, all, and John Hill. So thanks for joining, everybody. I'm not doing the off as of yet. I'm just going to wrap up the Charlie Veitch bit. That's over an hour. I've talked about it. I'm going to do a wee bit of the other stuff that I've had hanging over, which I haven't had a chance to get to because I had the chance to get away. What can I say? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm looking for that. And to open up this stuff and just go over a wee few bits and bobs in the interwebs this week. Back in the room. Aye, Alan, I'll try him one more time at 10:30. If he doesn't answer, I'll leave him to it. He's obviously got a better offer than me for a Friday night, the bastard. Oh, and you'll have some of his cult members going, "Oh, you big mean glass pigeon, calling him a bastard." Oh, dear me. Just having a wee read. Roberto from the London Shire. Roberto Rhymes. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Paul Kenyon as well, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see everybody in. So, stay tuned. I'll hit Charlie up one more time at 10:30. If no, leave him be. Listen, he's no shut out in it or anything. He's no pulled out as far as I'm aware. He never promised to make it tonight. He said he would do his best. And that he would welcome fucking off the cuff of fucking invites or some shit. I can't remember how he worded it, but so he's obviously got a better offer, and hopefully it will happen sooner rather than later, before the ink on my page runs out. But anyway, this is just some bits and bobs I had up now. I'm trying to think why I had the BMP thing up. Maybe just to recap what I believe they're still the entities behind the BMP are very much still active. They now use they now predominantly use the internet. They've created different characters to appeal to different demographics, to try and up their numbers. I don't know why that sounds. That to me, that's just politics. That's no great conspiracy. I wouldn't even say it's up for debate. If you were running a political party and you weren't doing stuff like that to up your numbers, then you're not doing your job and you're not a political party. But I believe that they started using the internet and created new talking heads to appeal to different demographics. Tommy Robinson being one of them. I say obviously, but some people might not be aware of this, but he was a member of the BNP back in the day. I still believe under the table he still is. He still holds those beliefs. But he was tasked with appealing to the black, brown, LGBT community and get them on board, which he done very successfully by the army of windy lickers that he was able to bring out on the streets. I witnessed this myself first hand, man. I was blown away. It was a real eye opener, and it was like, fuck, I don't want to name names or any shit like that, right? But it's hard not. It was when I touched base with the people in and around Glasgow that were flying the libertarian shtick in and around the time of Ron Paul. And in the olden days, these people would have been, yes, bog standard, middle class, I was going to say pussies, middle class, soft, brought up with plenty of dough. No, didn't have to roam around the streets and shit. And they would predominantly gravitate towards the left. And then I noticed that a lot of the people younger than me, like I noticed I was getting old and there was a younger generation, and I noticed like a lot of them, as I said, that even though the middle class people that back in the day would predominantly float left, we're now floating over to this libertarian fucking right wing shit. And this was when Donald Trump was just coming in and stuff, man, and what a fucking eye opener, man. And I believe that to be down to the work that the BNP, the far right, done here and America. Just go and listen to John Tyndall, his speech that I can't find right now, but I will find again, talking about the movement here in America. The far right movement, the people behind the far right fascists here in the UK aren't nationalists. They are white supremacists. And that white supremacy is where white communities are, not just in the UK. And they hide under the veil of nationalism to gain support. But these people have the exact same views here, America, South Africa, Australia, Hong Kong, so on, so forth. In my humble opinion. But a lot of people don't understand a lot of people can't see the wood for the trees, believe the internet's all freedom and liberty and shit, and don't understand the internet is contrived and is controlled and can lie to you just as much as the internet has convinced you the TV can do that. You know, the TV tells you the internet's lying, fake news, and the internet tells you the TV's lying. Mainstream media. Who's right? You decide. Right, what else have I got in here?
But we should not be frightened of struggle. We should not be alarmed. Struggle is the father of all things. It is out of struggle that progress comes. All human progress comes through someone having to fight for it. And nothing that can be achieved without a fight is worth having in this world of ours. But I believe that we have the people who are ready for and capable of that struggle. Because this is more than just a battle between opposing ideas. It is more than just a matter of our policies versus their policies. We have got to root out the people in the citadels of power who have been working over the past 20, 30, 40 years to ruin this country, and we have got to replace them with different people. Decent, honourable, upright British men and women.
White people from Ukraine!
Dedicated to their race, to their homeland, to their nation. We have to have an entirely different kind of person.
Their homeland and their nation, right? And then he's talking, like, I don't think it's in this speech, but there is other speeches where he's talking about their movement here and in America. Right? It's not nationalism. How can you get global nationalism? Like Donald Trump, the rise of fucking... Oh man, it's mental. Mental, chicken, oriental. Shh, racist.
In power, as well as different policies. And that is what we're advancing towards. And in a kind of way, the struggle we have, of which today's events are just one symptom. It is sorting out the wheat from the chaff. It's sorting out the people who are really serious about it from the people who just want to play it. Oh, it's so easy. The other parties, their conferences, Blackpool, Bournemouth, Scarborough, or wherever, they have a nice big hall there, no one's going to take it away from them.
Good Hitler's fucking body language, isn't he?
And they enjoy themselves in the flesh pots.
Wow, he's talking without even moving his lips, man.
They stay in smart, high-priced hotels. Oh, they have a ball, don't they? And we have to struggle. We have to go through all that we've gone through today to hold our meetings. But this is something which imparts an extra steel to our resolve, an extra backbone, because it is the type of people who will go through all that you have gone through to come here today. It is those people who are going to be one day the inheritors of this great land of ours. One day it is our people.
Fuck, the Nick Griffin. I was having a brain fart there, I couldn't remember his name.
Who are going to triumph. One day, not so long in the future, not so far into the new century, our people are going to march forward to Westminster. They're going to root out the traitors, the subversives, the people who batten on the system. They're going to root them out, and they're going to replace them with real patriotic British people who will take over the land that they have nearly ruined, and again build it up once more to the greatness and the glory that it deserves.
There was a John Tyndall speech that Jones used to play at the end of his videos, and the video that I had to play that is no longer up, if that makes sense. And I'll singing some Rangers tunes. But there's Nick Griffin, who's the current head, and then point to Jim Dowson as well, who was flung out the Orange Order for being so extreme, and he's ball deep in the anti-abortion movement. He went over America and hooked up with all the militant anti-abortionists over there who put fetuses and shit through people's doors. I think they've murdered people, or threatened it anyway. Jones, another former BNP member. Jim Dowson done funding and all that for the BNP. Made him a shed load of money. Jones, the guy I'm talking about that has the John Tyndall speech at the end of some of these videos about when they talk about just taking a little power, then more power, and then absolute power, right? And that's what they're moving towards. And then when they've got absolute power, see all this pandering to the LGBT gay people and all that shit, that'll go, boom, overnight, and yous will be they will be the demographics first up against the wall. But I love Trump! Oh! Fucking... that's my honesty, honest to my God, held belief. Glasgow Rangers. Right, anyway, let's see what other shit I've got up here. I ran on enough about this stuff. Alright. Right, and again, it's like, if you're going to go down rabbit holes, leave your lead boots at home, man, right? Maybe... God knows how many years ago I would have watched this and went, oh, this is the best shit ever, man, independent journalism, showing you what the BBC doesn't and stuff. And yeah, it's showing you what the BBC doesn't. It's showing you straight up fucking Russian propaganda. This guy's inserted behind the Russian lines, in with the Russian army, and presenting himself as an independent journalist, just telling you what the mainstream media aren't telling you. Yeah, your army, you're telling us straight up, fucking fresh, off the grill Russian propaganda. It's actually quite funny. Oh, this is like fucking Karate Kid 1962.
With the Russian army. And behind me,
I think I seen more fucking professional looking gyms when I was camping with the BB.
To keep up their endurance, and soon they will be showing us their hand-to-hand combat training and strength training. So we're here to show you what the real situation is in Russian-controlled Kherson, Ukraine. And as we do...
This isn't staged, by the way. This is independent journalism funded by you, the idiots that donate to this cunt. Now, like, it's like Dad's army, man.
We just show you the facts we see and show you what the Western mainstream media wants.
Right, skip to the loo, my darling.
Subscribe if you're new. Remember, we're independent, crowdfunded journalists. You can support our work with the link.
Oh, okay. And no, left, right, pop. You would seriously think this was satire? Like, now they're doing the belly dance. That's called the belly dance run. The Russian soldiers swear by it. You know, I don't go into combat without my vodka and belly dance routine. I got to love my belly dancing. Right, I think I've shown enough of this. But remember, this is independent journalism. Oh man, that was quite embarrassing. Yeah, alien dog man. Right, and this is
coming apocalypse.
Yay! Yes, welcome to your apocalypse. I couldn't say that any happier if I tried. Welcome to the end. We're going to tell you about rivers of blood, the world ending, and the reincarnation, the coming back of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Hell yeah! In the meantime, I'm going to use clickbait shit like Alien Dog Man, found in Texas. Hey, but it's obviously put here by the Holy Spirit. I think it was the Holy Ghost.
Pastor Paul Bagley will take you on a journey into the end times prophecy.
Take us on a journey to end times.
Now, remember, there are fruit bats out here, right, that want the apocalypse to happen because they're bringing it. It's not the end, it's the beginning. Get it right? And and see all the shit you hear coming for this Paul Beagley, you hear echoed over the conspirasphere. Easy for me to say. On the boob tubes. And if you don't believe me, look, there's Anubis, Texas Zoo, Anubis, like, so, populist rhetoric, Dogman found. See, in my early days of the internet, oh my god, Dogman found? I'm fucking clicking in that shit, man. I want to see the Dogman. Man, I want to see the Dogman, man.
Explain how they relate to the end times.
Yes, how does an alien Dogman relate to the end times?
Are you serious?
Are you serious? He's wearing sunglasses. What, you're wearing cheap sunglasses indoors? What kind of crazy person does that?
Powerful broadcast for you today. Brock Begley's in the studios here in the Salvation Station. And it's going to be a powerful program, no doubt about it. NobleGoldInvestment.com, www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Guys, seriously, did you see the gas prices today? The national average is $4.
Yeah.
Food. And we got empty.
So, it's a pastor, but he sounds like a mad fucking Alex Jones conspiracy nut. In fact, he's not a ball hair off him.
Shelves.
Right, I want to see the dog, man. Is this false advertising?
You're checking on this Matt really standing. Wow, 9 foot strong.
Alright, he's trying to sell books. I just want to fucking see the dog, fucking man. Oh, there's the dog. Oh, what the fuck? You're shitting me. The fucking Bigfoot fucking film is fucking more convincing than that shite. What the fuck? That could be a dude in a cape. It could be a fucking dog with big legs. It could be fucking... It could be fucking anything, man. I know, shit gamer, I'm going to spend all night reading your comments. I'll get back to them. Keep typing. Everybody's seen them, you ball bag. See, I get to call you a ball bag. You're a ball bag. And you're shit at games. You're a shit gamer, you. Anyway, back to the dog, man. I don't know about yous, I'm convinced. Is that it? Oh, come on, fuck. In this day of fucking 4K HD on people's fucking babies' cots, you're trying to tell me that's fucking evidence of a fucking dog, man? Is that it?
Cams, you can see, and it to a man on all fours. So, a matter called the.
That's it, isn't it? Oh, fuck you, fucking big lie. What? I said fuck you.
I'm just in Liverpool 1 in Liverpool city centre. It's a nice place. Plenty of shops, coffee shops, right by the Albert Dock as well. Really nice place. But I want to go over some of the mistakes.
This guy sounds perfectly reasonable, a lovely gentleman walking along, talking about how lovely it is and the cafes and stuff. It's weird to think that he's sent razor blades to Jews in the post. Oh shit, gamer, you're a Veitch fucking cult member, I get you.
Ask yourself this.
Good night, Pasadena.
The answer's probably zero.
I know, shit gamer, you.
Young girls, you know, that have been groomed by Muslim rape gangs. That's probably zero. How many white people do you know that have been made?
Oh, hold on, it's actually.
How many transgender people on our side keep making? Right, ask.
Mistakes? our side keep making. Okay, so let's see what he's talking about here, and let's see what talking points this guy who sends razor blades to Jews through the post, a former BNP member. Let's see what he thinks. What mistakes their side is making.
Yourself this. How many transgender people do you know?
I made this point all the fucking time. Why do people keep fucking harping on about transgenders? People, people must be staying in a different world that I am. Unless you go to a tranny bar, a gay bar, or what have you. I very, 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 very rarely come across a transgender person that I'm aware of. You know, ones with beards and dicks popping out and shit. So, Jones, good point. But hold on. Let's think of the context. He's saying that is a mistake. Harping on about that bullshit because it doesn't affect people's lives. Not in one iota. Although people are shocked with the fucking... the way they sensationalise the shit. But he's making a point that our side is focusing on that. Okay, right, so go around the talking heads of the YouTube world and how many channels are obsessing about transgender shit. Have you fell down the transgender rabbit hole with your lead boots on? Are you? Is your reality what people on YouTube tell you what's happening, or what you witness in the real world when you're outside your house? There's no tranny apocalypse happening. I know that I've noticed anyway. Anywho, good point, Joe. Your side should stop focusing on all the tranny shit because it doesn't affect your average person's life. Like in the list of priority of things, in my humble opinion, I know for me personally, transgender shit doesn't affect my life in fucking one iota. So it's way down the bottom.
The answer's probably zero. How many girls, young girls, you know, that have been groomed by Muslim rape gangs?
Ooh, well, let me wait there a wee second. I personally know fuck all. Sweet Fanny Adams. But I've watched Tommy Robinson and I know it's happening everywhere! Oh no, hold on a second. That's me allowing Tommy Robinson and YouTube to create my reality through a narrative. And not allowing myself to create my own reality by observing what goes on around me and my fucking surroundings. Good point, Joe, again. But, again, his side, our side, the mistakes they're making. This is a former BNP guy talking about his side focusing on tranny stuff and Muslim rape gangs. Sounds like pretty much most of YouTube to me. If it's not Tommy Robinson harping on about Muslim fucking rape gangs, only Muslim rape gangs, fuck the white cunts that are raping people, or little boys or little girls, or focusing on transgender shared bathroom shit, which is affecting your average person pretty much zip in this country. So, good point, Joe. But I love the context that he's talking about, the things that our side, the ex-BNP guy, the guy that was jailed or fined for sending razor blades to Jews through the post. See, clearly I don't know about you, I think he's talking a wee bit about Tommy Robinson and his cult.
That's probably zero. How many white people do you know that have been murdered in racially motivated attacks by ethnics? Well, that's...
I know zero, but I heard of one in the papers one time. True.
Probably zero. Right, so... Oh, is the last one. This is the best one. we're going to be a minority in 2066. Oh my God. The public, it doesn't even think as far as next week. It's thinking about today and tomorrow, let alone in 40 odd years time. That's another silly one our side keeps banging about. Other ones as well, like peak oil, remember Nick?
Our side keep banging about. So next time you hear somebody banging on about transsexual stuff, banging on about LGBTD fucking whatever it is, fucking stuff, when it probably doesn't affect you in your real life, only shit you see on the interwebs and all the narratives and all the wee clips and here's a tranny with fucking a big dick teaching kids in a fucking library. All the crazy shit that does go on. A big world out there, man. There's hundreds of crazy shit, and if you focus on only the crazy and project that only the crazy, you'll get people thinking that the whole world is just crazy. In fact, I think a lot of us can witness that around the YouTubes as well, you know. Some would say the world is actually getting just to the stage where it is just crazy, but others would say it's because we're just consuming media that's pointing out all the craziness and not the flowers blooming.
Griffin used to go on about that. Cultural Marxism and all these other dead-end topics, issues that they're not interested in. I'm not saying that grooming's right or racially motivated attacks on white people is right.
Oh, that's well. Hold on a sec there. So you can actually call Tommy Robinson a ball bag for focusing on shit that's fucking irrelevant to most people's lives, and definitely he's using it more as a stick to beat up brown people than actually giving a shit about kids getting raped. You can do that without being a paedophile Muslim supporting nonce? Really? Oh no, according to YouTube you can't do that. It's not allowed.
But the chances of it happening to the average person in this country is zero, right? You know,
right.
Count them on your hand how many that you're aware of. I mean, try and put it in a percentage. You can't. How many young girls, you know, that are being groomed by Muslim rape gangs? Zero. How many transgender women and men, you know? Zero. Going to be a minority in 2066. It's pathetic, right? What we need to do is push local issues. The public's only concerned with putting money in the pocket and bread on the table. Right? They're not interested in these big issues, right? I'm sure they don't like them, and I'm sure some would agree with our view on
our view, our side, our people need to stop focusing on these things. We need to focus on this political strategising and talking about the Muslim grooming gangs. He's particularly talking about Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson, ex-BNP. This guy, ex-BNP. Both of them popping up as independent journalists on the YouTube. How independent are they? And are these ex-BNP members all coordinating under the table? And they've all set up shop on the YouTubes to appeal to different demographics, to mobilise window-licking idiots to climb the gates at Westminster. When their idol, their cult leader, get jailed or some shit, I can't even remember. Maybe fucking somebody farted in a lift with Tommy Robinson and he didn't like the smell of it, so his windy-licking army climbed the gates at Westminster.
certain issues, but they're not the primary, that's the word, they're not the primary issues that drives the public to the, you know, to vote at the ballot box, right? It's not. If it was, then why haven't nationalist councillors been elected, or MPs even, rather than Keighley?
National councillors like Tommy Robinson. Now remember, Tommy Robinson's a nationalist, isn't he? He really loves England and he wants England and rule Britannia, and he loves Luton because he's really a hometown boy, you know, he loves his local area. That's why he ran for a council in not his local area, but in an old BNP stronghold. You know, Tommy Robinson, independent journalist, completely independent from the BNP, a party that he used to be a member of, but he just happened to run in the BNP homelands and an area where they held a council seat. I think it was in the 90s or something they gained a council seat.
Rochdale, where there's been a lot of grooming. How come none have been, well, exactly, none have been elected? Because the public isn't bothered about it as such. It's not nice and they don't like it, but it doesn't affect 99.99% of decent girls. So the mothers have nothing to worry about. So we need to push local issues, right, as primary issues.
Well, I'll leave it there before people start signing up for his newsletter and shit. But the point I wanted to make there wasn't to agree, disagree with the points that he's making, but it's to point out the collective that all pretend they're all individuals, just like Richie Allen and David Icke. They used to be best buddies and support and sponsor each other. Then when it was the Truth for Industrial Complex started getting pointed out, they divorced and became independent and now no longer kissy make up. What else have I got here? I'm smiling because it's not big, it's not clever, happens all the time, and I don't think people should be demonised for that shit. But that's what happens, man. When you're in that sort of atmosphere, you laugh at and take the piss out the other side's miseries. And sometimes that's the death of people, unfortunately. Fuck Bobby Sands, he's dead. It happens in lots of places, but I don't know. I just found that funny. But don't laugh. It's not funny. That isn't a Hitler salute, by the way. That's just a... like I was doing to Tommy Robinson. It's marching season again. I forgot all that shit. Oh, this is this independent journalist independently reporting from a Russian fucking fairground.
We are in the center park of the city where there is many children's rides. It's like an amusement.
Now, just think of this, and I definitely know my head's been in this place at some points in the past. When I was like ball deep in our teen stuff and like, they're just telling us the truth, man. I couldn't quite grasp how they could be telling you the truth, but it still be propaganda, you know. Just telling you selective bits of information, predominantly showing one side or the other in a good or negative light. This is obviously him showing the Russians in a positive light, because this is a theme park they've opened up for Children's Day, free of charge for all the little kiddies to come along in the theme park. What? War zone? War? What war? We're having a theme park.
Amusement park here. And today the local government is putting on a day for children where all the rides are free for the children. And we're going to have a look around, talk to the people here, and see what they think about the current situation, because this region is now under control of Russian forces, and it's been like
pro-Russia and pro-Ukrainian people. How many pro-Ukrainian people are floating about in Russian-held fucking territory?
Like this for several months now, since just after February 24th. So we're going to talk to the people, see what they feel, because the local authorities are also pushing, and Russia is pushing for this region to become part of Russia. So we're going to see what the locals really feel about the situation here. So please like this video, share across all social media, subscribe if you're new, and remember we're independent.
Charlie still no got back to his on the Skypes.
The
Another day. Right. We don't need to watch fucking kids in a fucking theme park.
I've seen the video at this stage that has gone viral today of a group of people mocking the death, the murder of Michaela McAreevy. It happened in an Orange Lodge while people were apparently celebrating
the mocking, not the murder.
the Diamond Jubilee up north. The PSNI and the Orange Order, they are investigating the video being condemned from all sides. Well, Joe Brawley is a columnist with the Sunday Independent, and he joined...
What a fucked up world that we stay in when the Orange Lodge, for fuck's sake, shock and fucking horror. An Orange Lodge singing songs derogatory towards somebody, a Catholic journalist. Oh my fucking lordy lord, my heart's nearly fucking stopping. And who would have funked the day? Who'd have thought the day would have came where the Orange Lodge launches an investigation into them singing a fucking funny song, taking the piss out the other side? But who would have thought the day we would have seen that you can't go to the fucking football and sing Follow Follow, man? Or the Billy Boys? Crazy, crazy. Oh, back to the Veitch Meister. These are a couple of short ones because I can stomach these. Now look at this. Let's stop it here. Watch the criminal in action. Now, to me, this is just fucking starting a fight in an empty house. I don't think if he wasn't filming he would do this. I might be completely wrong. Who the fuck am I? I'm just saying that my humble opinion. That seems like a... It seems like a pile of shite and somebody looking to pick a fight. Now look at this guy. I don't know about you. You go to any major city, you're going to see people on bikes going around on the pavement. Now, it's a difference between going 100 mile an hour down the middle of a busy street and knocking people over, and doing what this guy's doing. And then it's quite funny because he ends up going to a shop, which is kind of hard to go to a shop with your bike without taking your bike on the pavement. But don't let that detract from a good opportunity to point at people and mock and laugh. Right, look, this guy's nobody's near him.
Hey, bro, cyclists on the road, dude. You don't cycle on the pavement, mate. Get on the road. Get on the road.
Right, so he's going into this Greg's here. But this guy was just going for a fucking Greg's. And you get this idiot pointing a camera in your face. You know you're not meant to cycle on the pavement? And a lot of people have said it in the comments. Wrong person, wrong time, boom. He's going to get done.
How am I a pervert? Go get your sausage roll and cycle on the road.
Why are people calling him a pervert for something to do with his kids or some shit?
You don't want nothing, no, pervert, no. Why you walk up to me like, what? Move along, you fucking pervert. Nice.
Nice. The guy wouldn't have said a fucking word to you if you just let him go into Greg's unmolested.
No, just wait to cycle on the pavement. You own nothing. It's a child molesting nonce. Wow. Go get a sausage roll, you'll be alright. Let's do it. Come on, let's do it, big guy. Put that on YouTube. I get paid for knocking out nonsense like you in clubs. Anytime you want. Go get your sausage roll. He can't help it. Look, here he comes. Here he comes. No, we don't do that, not bad.
You can't help it.
You'll be alright.
Am I the only one that sees that Charlie Veitch picked this fight?
Real men cycle on the road, not on the pavement like little kids.
Yeah, that's on a t-shirt. And God knows what he was meant to have done with his bike as he went into Greg's and shit. Like, that's even, how pathetic. And seriousness, I was saying this to fucking a mate earlier on, man. It is childish bullshit. Contrived childish bullshit. It's almost like arguing with your siblings. There is no right, there is no wrong. No, you shut up. No, you shut up. No, you shut up. No, you started it. No, you started it. No, you started. That's what it is. It's street performance art? Fucking hell, man, you're giving street performers a fucking bad name, man. Political? Aye, I'm going to start a party to stop people cycling on the pavement. You know, this is the real... I don't know about yous after the pandemic and all the shit that's went down. My priorities nowadays is to stop people cycling on the pavement and going into Greg's. Priorities, folks. Get your priorities right.
What if I told you guys that here in my hands...
What if I told you guys this was the man that actually started the rumor that the COVID virus came out of the laboratory in Wuhan? But what if I told you guys that I don't think this guy's just an American tourist traveling around China constantly doing reports that make China look like ball bags? Especially the one that, that was a whole load of contrived shit saying that the virus came out of Wuhan. Then, what if I told you guys that this was the man that started the virus that Donald Trump then trumpeted and is now getting still trumpeted to this day, even though it's been proven to be a pile of shit? But I must just be a Chinese commie fucking shill or some shit. What if I told you guys this guy was really just a tourist? Right, okay. This guy's CIA, fucking... Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe he's just a real tourist going around China.
I have documents of the Chinese government reaching out to me, trying to pay me to flip me, to be more positive about China. In fact,
not only that, girlfriend, they gave me a hooker, and it didn't have a dick. I didn't like it. They gave me a girl and I didn't like it. She didn't have a big fucking chopstick. Oh, dearie me. My God. Right, so this guy's just a normal dude, travelling around fucking China, just doing normal YouTube reports as you do. And he just came up with linking hundreds of bullshit to link fucking Wuhan fucking laboratory with the COVID virus when it happened. Which, if anybody wants to go and look, there's hundreds of, I say hundreds, but I remember showing a few videos of how it was a pile of shite and how he was the genesis. This guy here, what the fuck's his name? That's his name there. And don't worry, he's not a big YouTuber. He's not only get nearly 1 million subs. But next time I'm in China, I think the Chinese government are going to pay me money to try and flip me.
Not only just to be more positive about China, but to spread Chinese propaganda, to actually give me money, give me compensation for changing my opinions and values.
Did they outbid the CIA? Yeah, I know, mate. I don't know about you, but I always want to go and risk my life in communist China because of my beliefs and values, and put reports together blaming China for world pandemics that Donald Trump then parrots, which is a load of shite.
To actually help brainwash you, my audience, to like the Chinese government.
Yeah, where their job is to brainwash them not to like them. See, if you read between the lines, they do tell you. They do tell you.
I kid you not, it happened. As you guys know, a lot of my videos are very critical of the Chinese government, and that is because...
Really? Ooh, you independently hate the Chinese government while you choose to travel around China?
Because I do not like the trajectory of the way things are going in China in terms of the Chinese government's overreach around the world. Not only that, but the human rights...
It's always funny when you hear Americans talk about China's overreach around the world. What they're talking about is there's people flapping that China's going to fucking overtake the Western economies by 2050. And people are paying ball bags like this to go around and make China look as big a ball bags as they possibly can. And the Chinese government are willing to also pay them to stop doing it. Man, this guy must be making a good money.
The genocide that's currently happening in China. All of these issues have pushed me, a person who lived in China for 10 years, to be quite passionate about the direction that the country
We must have kicked him out, who lived in China.
I love is going in. But unfortunately, that means the Chinese government is not happy with me at all. In fact, I could tell you some absolute nightmares and horror stories about what they do to try to get me to shut up. But guess what? This is a very unique approach this time. Trying to pay me not to shut up, but to actually spread Chinese propaganda. And this one is pretty sinister, to be honest. Let me read you this email that I got. Hello, I hope this email finds you well. This is Ishmael, Senior Influencer Manager from Social Advisor, and that is socialadvisor.com.cn, which I checked is a real website and a real company, which is a global leading influencer marketing, advertising, and public relations agency. Sounds kind of normal, right? We noticed
Sounds
that
like
you
a
manage
YouTube
an
email.
amazing YouTube channel, and you're an excellent creator. Now we're looking for influencer to promote a video about politics and economics. Well, they're not really beating around the bush there, are they? We will provide edited videos you don't need to create again. Just publish the video directly on YouTube. Please check the cooperation details. Then they send a video link. Now the video link here goes to Chinese state media. This is not just some like weird random thing that they decided to put up. They sent me a link to CCTV, which is one of the first and foremost Chinese state media outlets in China. And the video that they want me to post is all about something that China cares very deeply about right now. And
Taiwan.
that is how George Soros is involved in Ukraine, causing color revolutions around the world, and how the US hegemony will never affect the strong nation of China. It is 20 plus minutes of straight up mainlining Chinese propaganda into your veins. In fact, he writes here, the main content of this video is about how George Soros and NGOs are affecting the situation in Ukraine. We'll edit this video and dub it in English. The final video will be about 5 minutes long. We'll confirm with you whether the content is suitable and modify it before publishing. So they're gonna do all the work, right? It gives me the promotion timeline, which is April 20th to May 20th. The budget says, please tell us your price on YouTube. A prompt reply would greatly oblige us. Please feel free to contact us anytime. Best regards, right? So I get this email and I'm like, wow, here we go again. You see, this has actually happened before, but
I had a similar one for KFC, but I thought it was a load of shite.
tried to get me to post about the origins
KFC
of
want me
COVID
to spread
and
the
how it
proper
actually
chicken
came from
propaganda?
America and not China. It was pure deflection propaganda, and actually how they found COVID first in white-tailed deer populations in the US. Of course, I strung them along as long as possible to see how their operations actually work, and eventually they figured out who I was and they ghosted me. But this time, I decided to see if Ishmael would play ball for a while. I said, hi there, how much is the offer for posting the video? So, it turns out Ishmael actually reached me in 2 different email addresses. One of them, he says, hi there, thank you for your reply. The payment is $500. I also like to ask your price for a dedicated video on the channel, so I can get in touch with you if the video is finished or if there's any other suitable paid sponsorships. To string him along further, I said, can you send me an example of a person who is paid to do this type of video? I want to see an example so I can get an idea. So one of them was $500 and the other one was $1,000. So we're talking about a total of $1,500 to post straight up Chinese propaganda. He says, the price depends on many factors, such as number of followers, video views, client's budget, etc. This type of propaganda is not very common. So he's saying in this agency, they can get me other sponsorships. Doing propaganda videos is not common, but this in fact is a propaganda video. He said, here's an example. And then he sends me a propaganda video of the city of Chongqing. So this city that they're trying to promote in kind of central Western China. He sends me a dedicated video about promoting the tourism or whatever there.
So a video about how cool a city in China is. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that this guy's lying or this isn't China trying to spread their message and whatnot. Just think of it coming from Western entities. Most websites don't batter an eyelid, that shit goes up, left, right, and centre. As I said, like that is almost like very, 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 very similar to one I got for KFC, which I thought was a load of shite. I asked for £1,000. They said fine. I was like, right, okay then. Then they sent me a promotional video that I had to download, and I didn't download it because I was worried.
So I decided
Probably
to look more into
shite.
this. You have a situation here where either they're very familiar with my work and they want me to post a different message to flip my audience, or they just didn't do their due diligence and figure out who I was and what kind of content I actually cover.
Maybe they're kind of just a semi-genuine, in the sense like they're no really like hiding what they're doing, or it's no clandestine, and they just work in the numbers. They see that you've got X amount of subscribers, then they see how many views you've got, and they hit you out an email, and then they take it from there. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's direct spam, it's targeted spam. You know, as I said, like, I thought it was a scam or a spam, the KFC one that I got. What was the other one I got as well? I don't think I responded to this one, but was it Shannon promotion you offer? Advertising company of Snowcastle Games, and they had a new game called Earthlock 2, and it would be available on Steam. And it's a real game. I actually went and looked at it and all that shit, but I never get back to her. Maybe I will get back to her. Does anybody like F-Shock 2? Anyway. And I don't know if any's caught it on the channel. If not, go and check it out. But Big Marty of Elusive Exposure Media, IE Media, he does podcasts, reaction videos, and a lot of music and whatnot. And he puts it out on the puts it in the podcast sphere as well, something that I've never done myself. And Big Marty's done it in all the medias. You'll see it on my YouTube with a link to Big Marty's channel below. You can go and check that out. Yep, get the monkeypox. It's just fear after fear.
Soros laid out the global elite's plan.
Do you remember the People's Voice? Right, like, I don't know who this guy is, but they obviously buried him for a few years, and now they've just recently dug him up. I have never seen a less animated, more... I'm trying to think of somebody that... Apart from The Undertaker for WWF, I think this guy's got maybe a ball here, a smidgen more charisma than The Undertaker at WWF.
Ushering in what he called a new world order.
I've just been dug up under the ground. The People's Voice. I am a nosy neighbour. I have to look at the spirit and enthusiasm pour out of me. I am waking up after 1,000-year sleep. That is why I have such a good tan.
During an interview with the Financial Times, according to Soros, China must lead this new world order, creating it and owning it in the same way the United States owns the current order.
Oh, hold on, I'm confused. So, on one fucking hand, we've got that fucking I love, hate China boy telling us that he wants Chinese are paying him to put out fucking China propaganda against Soros. Now we've got this guy telling us that Soros is meant to be the fucking head of the New World Order and fucking little fucking Chinaman's going to fucking run it. I'm confused. Who's right? You decide. Spin the bottle, man. That's the best way to do it.
When a News Punch reader first showed me the Soros interview, I couldn't quite believe my eyes. I thought it was fake.
I couldn't quite believe my eyes. I thought it was fake. You can tell by the emotion pouring out of me at the moment. how much I really was affected by this interview.
So I did some fact checking and found out it was actually real. In the following video, Soros openly speaks about using China to
Soros openly.
usher in a new world order. Watch this.
No, I think this would be the time because you really need to bring China into the creation of a new world order, financial world order.
It just goes to show that the elites have never really hidden what they're doing. They've been openly...
Dumbass, it's how you fucking interpret it. You can see that Soros is trying to usurp and take over China and bring them in on board into the new financial world order. And the new financial world order would fuck China up, fucking collapse the country, and then bring them on board into the financial institutions that already exist, instead of letting China build up their institutions, which is currently happening at the moment, and that's why they're butting heads. This guy's a dick, man. It really, like, it's how you interpret things. And this guy's so close-minded and fucking unwilling to even consider other options that you can't see the wood for the trees. You can only see, George Soros is bad and so is fucking China. Can't you see any other way of interpreting what fucking Jabba the Hutt, George Soros said there?
Committing their plans for years. It's just that most people don't bother to pay attention. Once their plans come to fruition, the world will be ruled by a technocratic globalist order that will feature China as the most prominent nation, supplanting the United States.
I had it up full blast. It was just because that guy was dug up for the ground that you couldn't fucking hear him.
We will again end catch and release. We will end chain migration, a disaster.
We will give you free blowjobs, free hookers, free blow.
We will end the visa lottery, and we will quickly finish the remaining portion of the wall.
We will give you free money, all the free money you can want. Free money. Tax reductions, free money, and we'll build the fucking wall.
500 miles.
And hookers and blow for everybody.
We then added additional, would have taken 3 weeks to finish it. We will stop the Democrat crime wave. We will give our police the power they need and respect.
Oh, Jesus, right. And again, free blowjobs and hookers and blow. Man, it's just, everybody's cheering for that. It's like a fucking pop star on stage, man. It's worse than that. It's a politician. Like, that's the worst kind of populist rhetoric you ever hear in your life, man. I'm surprised he isn't actually offering free money and hookers and blow.
Right now we are in the Kherson region of Ukraine, and we are about to get into a BRDM-2 that was captured.
I've shown examples of this dude before. He's not independent. The stuff he's putting out is pro-Russia propaganda. Propaganda doesn't have to be lies. It can just be showing you how good and shiny. Do you think that guy's going around all the ragtag units of the Russian army, you know, the ones that are stuck together with blue tack, with shit weapons and all that, rusty tanks and stuff? No. This guy's only getting allowed to film the best of the best and the creme de la creme to try and show off how good the fucking Russian army is. Now, I don't think this guy's that stupid not to realise that. And yet, he repeats the rhetoric at the end, donate independent media and all that shit. It's not independent. He's getting funded by people who are pro-Russian. Anywho, that's just my humble opinion. Tommy Robinson, week in court. So far.
The lawfare continues. I'm in court on Thursday. I've gone through this entire High Court case with the Jamal. I had to defend myself. The fees were £200,000 because it's civil. In the last case, when they done me for contempt recently, I got a barrister because it's criminal. I haven't had any legal representation. But you know what? I've got another 3 court dates and I'm tired of it. I'm absolutely drained of it. which is the purpose of it. So this time I've reached out and I've searched, and do you know how many solicitors firms I had to go to find representation? No one would represent me. No one would represent me. And I've read the law myself. I've read up on all of it. And they're doing things that they shouldn't even be allowed to do. I don't have a debt. I'm a discharged bankrupt. Yeah? I don't have any debt. Yeah, they're going to be wanting to question me on oath about a debt I don't have. None of it makes sense anyway. So I've sat down with lawyers. I found a solicitor firm and I found a QC. Because I need to put this to bed. And I need to put it to bed for my own mental sake, man, because it has drained me and drained me and drained me. And the continuation and the attempted humiliation, and that's what it's all about for them, yeah? And I want to be able to bat it away now. So I've been going into a gunfight with a knife every time. And I've been standing there and they've been doing whatever they want to do. And I'm tired of it, man. And I need to put it to bed and I need to end it because they're inevitable.
Did I hear him correctly? Did he say that he's going to take a gun into court? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing.
Outcome is attempting to put me in prison again. So if any of you can, I would appreciate the support so that when I go into court, don't believe all...
Please, sir, can I have some more?
Bullshit. I'm not sitting there a multi-millionaire, yeah? It's just tiring, man.
You're not a multi-millionaire because you've been off spending all your dough in fucking Spain. Spend it before they can take it off me.
But I do need support because the fees are astronomical. It's insane. I couldn't get representation. When I do find someone...
Blazing, he's not got a big house. His wife does. I'm pretty sure that's how they've wrangled it, man.
I think they just...
Because when he was going bankrupt, you know, you transfer all the assets into somebody else's name and then you go bankrupt and your debt goes poof. That's what Glasgow Rangers done.
Price it so that they don't want to represent me because it's £20,000 to fight this case. And I wouldn't ask, you know what, I didn't ask for anyone to support me in the Jamal case because I didn't want you to spend your money that would inevitably go to him, you know, when I knew the truth of the whole story. But now, I'm in a situation where I need an end to these court cases. And I need a way out of it because it is draining me. Yeah?
Yep, he's running out of money.
The fact that even it is lawfare. It ties you up. So if anyone can support so I can go in properly equipped, I'm in court in 2 days and I need your help. So thank you. Morning session before court. I'm in court today, so I'll go live when we're outside. See what's happening. You know, the same court that ruled against Johnny Depp, the same court that found that Johnny Depp beat his missus 12 times with zero evidence. Just to push the Me Too movement. Just to push the bullshit. Johnny Depp couldn't stop him. Tom Robinson certainly can't. So, they take joy in it. But I'm in court today, and thank you to everyone who supported me, because I'm going in prepared with a good defence team, which I've needed. So,
good pile of dough.
If you've supported that, we're still short, so if you have supported it, I want to say thank you. I feel a lot more confident going in, because I've just been going in and getting my pants pulled down every single time, basically. And it's continued, and hopefully today ends it. Hopefully. And if it does, it's thanks to you lot and your support. So, cheers. It's court day, so I'm with...
What happened? Gurmit Singh signing in. What?
Thought we'd say hello. Gonna try and keep him sober this time. I know there's some people at court, but at the minute, I'm busy. Say hello, boys.
I'm having a beer. First on the menu.
And this is where I'm going to stay.
He looked on it there, didn't he? Fucking Ecky Jaw and a half, man.
And boys,
I'm having a beer. First on the menu.
Big Ecky Jaw, man.
This is where I'm going to stay.
Look at him, pure, looking at himself.
You love going live, you do, don't you? He loves it, doesn't he?
There's no need denying it. Look, he's looking at himself in the camera.
How is everyone? Wait for a few people to log on.
You can't talk yet, there's not enough people listening. He needs more people to talk.
I have some breaking news. This is a suit I wore at Oxford University and it no longer fits me. You can't see it, but I feel like I'm in a tight jacket. I wore this in my Oxford Union speech, if you watch it. This was the suit I wore, and I thought I'd put it on this morning. I'm like, oh, mate. But I'm here with...
What happening? Gurmit Singh signing in?
Gurmit Singh. And... Cavemen. 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 For all you vegans out there. I am...
UAF have sent a post. Speaks Gurmit Singh on way to call with Gurmit Singh, ex-CDL spokesperson who was jailed in 2013. Why are they bringing up the shit from 10 years ago, man?
Just so you can see the UAF, this is what happens when you post your little
Why are you talking about me? I'm not even around no more. I'm here on a social visit. Bloody hell.
There's no... But anyway... Just thought I'd say hello to everyone. And let me see how this steak... Shall we? Right, time, he's promised me to get me a steak. I'll do it. Giving all up. The steak is... no longer fits me.
It's making me hungry. What the fuck is this? Oh man, that's the freaky thing. I've grown living skin round a robotic finger. Terminator is here. Remember this guy? Remember the war in Syria? Remember? Remember Russia kinda helped Syria win? Remember this guy was the new Hitler until Putler became the new Hitler? Oh. It's nothing what he was saying, it was just he's sticking up for his ally. Marushki. The Islamic republics in the UK. Hello!
Get this video done as quick as I can. I've left it a bit late, but I've been a busy man today. I'd like to talk about the latest controversy, The Lady of Heaven. It's a film...
Latest controversy. Did you hear about it? Did it affect your life? I mean, he's just after saying all that shit about trannies and the Muslim grooming gangs and all that shit. And now he's talking about a film that nobody wanted to see in the first place getting maybe banned or sometimes banned or some places banning it because fucking Muslims are arguing amongst themselves about the rights and wrongs of a fucking stupid fucking film. Sorry, don't give a flying fuck. But it's brilliant. He talks about all the Islamic republics. In fact, let's listen to him a bit yet.
Muslims across the country are saying is blasphemous and insults the Prophet. They've been demonstrating outside cinemas, Bolton, Bradford, Blackburn, Leeds, Sheffield and many others, calling for it to be banned, calling for the film to be pulled. Sadly, some cinemas have caved into the bullying and intimidation. The staff have felt threatened, so they've pulled the film. Now, what...
He's talking about some of the Muslims objecting to it and some of them not. And then I'm saying that's where the solution lies. And the Muslims that agree with us. Now, do you ever get sick of the same rhetoric getting thrown around again and again and again and again and again? It loses its gravitas. You know, Civil War in America. How long has Alex Jones been ranting and raving about that shit? I can remember ranting and raving over 10 years about it, but it's got to be 10 years plus. How long is the rest of the fear-mongering alternative media parroted that pish? Time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And it's good to stick it in your YouTube headline and you will get more hits and clicks, and this guy knows that. He's got the analytics, he's got the stats, he knows what works, he knows what doesn't, and that's why rinse and repeat. It's just... I'm fortunate enough to be able to see the rinse and repeats and like to point it out to people that don't realise that. Because there will be people out there who might not have watched as much of this online shite as I have for a concerted period of time. And they might be fresh to it and actually believe when you see a YouTube video saying civil war that there actually might be civil war. This is a guy that took money for Luke Rudowski to fly to Sweden to prove that there was the Muslims were invading Sweden. Because he walked down, he walked to a high street, started filming street gangs, and then filmed them reacting to him sticking a camera in their face. And then said he was there independently, while took money from Paul Joseph Watson, Alex Jones's gimp boy, to fly over there. The circle of life. Anyway. Tim Pool, the baldy fool. He tells the truth so much he can't admit he's bald. I love the video. You can find it out there when the guy whips his hat off him. It's fucking hilarious. Tim Pool's never been so shook up.
So I've just come across a video by Tommy Robinson. It seems like he's totally changed his mind on how he sees the world and the perspective of the world he now has. It's fascinating to see. I want you to watch it here, guys, because it should show you that we should unite with each other. We shouldn't have hate. And if anything, we should be challenging the elite who are going to bulldoze us over if we're not careful.
They've prodded and prodded and prodded since 2014, when there was the overthrowing of a democratically elected government in Ukraine and replaced with a puppet who is Zelensky. And that puppet went on an offensive, and neo-Nazi gangs went on an offensive, attacking the minority, which was the Russians. And they were 60 of them set on fire in one day. No one ever faced prosecution.
He's on the gear then, wasn't he?
There was lots of crimes, the banning of speaking Russian in all the schools. And right now, racism against Russians is encouraged. It's insane. Yeah, it's insane. I'd look at what you've done to Roman Abramovich and Chelsea Football Club. I just think, so what? Because he owned a company that sold some steel to make weapons for Russia. You've now took everything off him, yeah? But you deal with Saudi Arabia, who have been bombing kids in Yemen for the last 10 years. They've been blowing up schools every week, or they're murdering. Yeah, you fund all the missiles there. You give them all the weapons. So the hypocrisy in it, and the agenda of it, and the breakdown of it. So there were certain areas that felt like they were liberated when the Russians come in. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think what's happening to innocent Ukrainians in the middle of this plan, and since 2014 they've done this, and it's all orchestrated. And I believe it's gone against all the agreements they previously had with Russia. And I believe that expansionist idea is the European Union. It's our government's disgusting foreign policies. And right now there's lots of innocent Ukrainians in the middle of that. That doesn't mean Putin's a nice guy. It doesn't mean their agenda isn't disgusting as well. But it's been instigated because Ukraine used to borrow off of Putin. They used to get all their resources off of Putin. They used to deal with Putin. There's a lot of rich resources in that country of Ukraine, and the globalist agenda wants
the way Tommy Robinson said geopolitical.
Just like they got rid of Saddam Hussein, just like they got rid of Gaddafi, just like they tried to get rid of Assad. Why couldn't you get rid of Assad? Probably because of his connections as well with Russia. Yeah? But you wanted rid of Assad. What are you replacing him with? Look what you've done with Libya. It's disgusting, man. And that is foreign policy. That is the British disgust. As I've come to grow, I've just come to be disgusted with much of our history, of what our governments have done, what the elitist globalist agenda is.
Right, elitist globalist agenda, right? I know, like, see, the vast majority of people out there are downtrodden, right? Me included, right? I'm not rich, I'm not powerful, none of the above. See that rhetoric there? That's populist rhetoric to blow smoke up my arse and people like me's arse to get us going, oh yeah, well, he's fighting, get him in charge, right, fucking fighting for the little man. He's fighting for the BNP fucking fascist motherfuckers who have clearly stated they're willing to say and do anything to gain first a little power, then a little more power, then complete fucking power. John Tyndall's own fucking words. John Tyndall, the leader of the BNP party, who Tommy Robinson was a member of, who I still believe that he's working for. So excuse me if I'm a bit fucking sceptical when Tommy Robinson says shit that I fucking agree with. And people can't compute that and they're not. You just love Muslim grooming gangs. Fuck you, you fucking small-minded fucking idiot.
They talk about democracy. They keep talking about protecting democracy in Ukraine. Just research it. Research what's going on in Ukraine. And research who's behind it. George Soros again. Billionaires, the people who are sitting in the WEF meetings now, planning our next future of our lives, where they're going to globalise and digitalise all of us as slaves, basically. So I think, do you know what? When I look at that, my views have shifted a lot. My views of being against Islam and this is the biggest threat. I believe we're all being used. They've played us against each other, even down to the immigration they're bringing in. They want us all.
Oh my God, what happened there? Who knows what's going on? But again, right? This guy's saying, "Oh, Tommy Robinson's changed. Oh, he's fucking great. Let's all kumbaya fucking yeah and all that." Right? Great. What if he's just saying that to rebrand himself to regain fucking support? What if yet again after his BMP career, rebranded as Tommy Robinson, fucking internet superstar, fucking hero to all. That's blown to fucking smithereens now. His old wee fanfare who loved him way back when, I've now seen through all his shit, and now he's sounding like fucking a carbon copy of Alex Jones. It's the latest globalists coming on the agenda, digitizing us all with vaccinations. Excuse me for being a bit sceptical. Anywho, let's wrap this up. My Fitbit tells me I should be in my bed. The Sun, if you subscribe to The Sun, they just keep showing relentless video of the war as if it's like... I'm trying to think, I'm trying to put war and porno together. Porn affair? Nah. A warno? And they're doing warno videos. It's a mixture of porno and war. Warno. And when the internet was first out, there was nothing more than I loved. In fact, the Iraq war, before internet everywhere, I used to love staying up at night watching the 24-hour news when it came on and watching all the shit that was going on in Iraq, all the videos and stuff. Used to love all the warno. Now I've just seen too much shit and it's just a load of shite. This was a video somebody sent me earlier on. Being chased out of my own city. This guy's straight out of the Tommy Robinson playbook, sorry. So what he does is he goes to some of the hotels which are housing refugees and all that shit. Parks his car right up outside them and starts filming them. And then when they walk towards him, going, "What the fuck are you doing filming, you dick? Get your camera, you fuck. Stop filming me." He goes, "Oh, I'm getting chased out of the city." But funnily enough, he doesn't go outside any bars, pubs, clubs, and start filming random people. Only seems to be hotels with refugees. Agree, disagree with the refugee? I don't know, that's just me. But can you see what he should be? No, but it's again, it's Charlie Veitch tactics, man. Provoke cunts, film them and go, "Look how crazy they are!" Fucking easily done.
This is Dabu 7. We're now getting word that activists are planning to block the entrances and shut down the Supreme Court to prevent the expected Roe versus Wade ruling.
We are now expecting... Right, this guy is the most... Like, it's the laziest shit clickbait bullshit around on the boob tubes. Right? He gets news articles sent to him. He uses a very simple screen capture thing, goes over the picture, there's the exact picture there, and then basically reads out the first few lines of the article. But he does it like, "Dabu 7, major news here, major news." Now, if you actually go and look where this fucking bullshit's fucking coming from, Zero Hedge. And this is an article by Tyler Durren. and it was authored by Jackson Elliott via the Epoch Times. Oh, very interesting. That sounds like Paul Beagle talking about the apocalypse coming. Roar. So this is all Christian fucking fundamental news organisations. Agree, disagree. I just know where the information's coming from.
The death penalty for COVID. Officials try to stop Tiananmen memorials in Hong Kong, and Chinese jets harass Canada and Australia. Then more on this week's China News headlines.
Yeah, the Chinese jets harassed these planes over the South China Sea. What did China fucking think? The South China Sea belongs to fucking China? What did they think? There's their fucking name on it? And if you don't know what's going on in the South China Sea, the West and China have been playing a game of chicken for ages about territory and facing each other off with the military. But it's great because this programme is obviously, it's Western funded to make China look as shitty as possible, and they talk about Chinese aggression, Chinese aggression, Chinese aggression, Chinese aggression, when it's the West flying all their planes all around China, right next to the border, and international airspace, of course. But China's the aggressor when their planes fly into international airspace to say to the Western planes, we know that you're there. And if China was to do anything, in fact, like when China does do anything of the sort near American or Western airspace, again it's painted as Chinese aggression. You notice the hypocrisy and double standards here? I don't know. Anyway, let's finish this off with... That was the parade down Shankled Road. Again, agree, disagree. It's a good day out of the Hings, man. As long as you stay away from people spitting in priests' face and shit. Good to see all the wee guys, man. It's brilliant. Look at all the wee boys, man, with their batons out. Look at him, man. He's quite good. He's thrown it up in the air and everything. Oh, he dropped it there, man. See, good family day out with batons. And of course, that was our lovely Jolene Bunting. Anyway, that is enough for me tonight. Anyways, sorry about Charlie Veitch no showing up. It was always up in the air. Charlie must have had a better offer. I hope he's not pulled out, because he's removed that community post thing. I don't know if they just disappear after a while or something. I really don't know. I've never used that before in my puff. But thanks to everybody that did tune in. Make sure you thumbs it up. Sub and hit the notification bell as well. And when I do manage to get a hold of Charlie, hopefully we can do something live. I thrive on the live. But if not, I'll just record something and stick it up later for people to watch. So, thanks for tuning in. Thumbs it up. As I said, hit the notifications. And when I do get a hold of Charlie, you'll get notified of that. And next Tuesday, I'll do Not the Infowars Nightly News. And time permitting and stuff, I'm going to do a few Wag the Dog newsies during the week, next week, because I want to get back up to speed. Billies will always be boys, aye. Nunchucks are better. True OG, but they're harder to get away with walking down the middle of the road. The batons are all good in the hood. Number 55. I hope he does live, man. I'd really fucking get off on the adrenaline of live, you know? Like, it makes you think a bit better on your feet, I feel. But that is just a me. Has he never done live before? Pretty sure he must have done at some point. I mean, God knows if he's got the want or the will or the want to watch this show back, and he'll see all the points that I want to bring up. You know what I mean? And as always, when you're conversing with a fellow human being, man, it's nice to be nice. You know what I mean? If everybody's communicating properly. I still get fucking cold sores. Still clearing up. Go down to England for a few days, man, and fucking get riddled with all sorts of shit. Roberto, Stuffer, Assange, Snowden, Allen, Sane Man, number 55. Like your avatar, buddy. Do you hear that wee Harry Styles is playing at Ibrox? Fucking... I don't know when, the next few days or something. I've seen it on the news. Aye, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm going to go have a wee cup of tea. Thanks, Shit Gamer, for wasting your time. Lawrence, thanks for joining. Blazing, my man, thanks for joining. David White, OG. Richie was in earlier as well. Paul Kenyon, Roberto Allen, Stephen. Doing God's work. PJ Net, Paul Price, David White. Carlos and Paula, man. Well, we are the people indeed, number 55. Dream the truth. What's going on with the hair? I don't know, mate. I've got into the habit of cutting it myself after after lockdown, and every time I cut it, more seems to disappear. I don't give a shit, man. I like it. At least I can only be mad at myself instead of the barber. People think it's Hitler-esque. I think it's more a gay Viking vibe. That's what I was going for. But thanks for joining, one and all, and I'm going to do the off. Have a good weekend, y'all. I'm out. And the sub, bail up, all that jazz. And as soon as I get hold of Charlie, you'll know all about it. Catches. Kips clip.
Tonight at 11.
Doom! It's a plan! And I'm angry! I'm not a slave. I've broken the conditioning. It doesn't work on me. I'm primitive. I'm real. I know the enemy. And if we can have this spirit of normal humanity spread, it's over for the globalist. Break the conditioning now. Excuse me.
This is not the InfoWars Nightly News, where the answer to 1984 is not $19.95 plus shipping and handling, but the answer is to try and understand the double-barrel bullcrap, the double-speak, and the Orwellian wonderland we now find ourselves in. So sit back and relax as I take you through a real alternative look at the news and so-called alternative media alike. Enjoy.
Clips, clip.